You may have heard the stories of dating apps, but have you heard of animals that disappear after mating, die, or eat their partners? Yes, these animals can do anything for the sake of love. For males in the animal kingdom, love is a dangerous game. Some dance, some bleed, and some even die, just to impress a female. From hilarious to horrifying, here are the top 10 most unusual and downright bizarre mating rituals you've never heard of. Number 10. Bird of Paradise. Birds of paradise, found mainly in Papua New Guinea and surrounding islands, are known for their highly elaborate and visually stunning mating rituals. These birds exhibit some of the most complex courtship behaviors in the animal kingdom. The male bird of paradise spends a considerable amount of time preparing a display area by cleaning and clearing a specific branch or spot where he will perform. This is done to ensure the female's attention remains entirely on him without any distractions. Once the stage is set, the male begins his display. This involves puffing up his feathers, spreading them out in intricate patterns, and showcasing vibrant colors such as blues, yellows, oranges, and greens. Each species of bird of paradise has its own unique style of feather arrangement and display behavior. Along with visual display, the male performs a series of choreographed movements that can include hopping, head shaking, wing flapping, and even hanging upside down. These dances are often accompanied by a series of calls, clicks, and whistles. The purpose of this entire performance is to impress the female. If she is not satisfied or finds the performance lacking, she will leave without mating. Only the most impressive and healthiest males succeed in attracting a mate. Number 9. Praying Mantis. The praying mantis is known for one of the most extreme mating behaviors in the animal kingdom: sexual cannibalism. In many species of mantis, especially the females, the mating ritual can turn deadly for the male. During or even before the mating process, the female may bite off the male's head and proceed to consume his body. Interestingly, in some cases, the mating can still continue after decapitation due to the male's nervous system being able to control basic movements independently of the brain. This seemingly violent behavior is thought to serve a biological purpose. By consuming the male, the female gains extra nutrition, which can help her produce stronger and healthier eggs. Some studies suggest that males who are eaten may even have a higher chance of passing on their genes successfully, as the increased nourishment improves the survival rate of offspring. However, it's worth noting that not all mating encounters end in cannibalism. The likelihood of it happening can depend on environmental factors such as the availability of food and the species of mantis involved. This behavior is a striking example of how survival and reproduction can involve highly complex and sometimes dangerous interactions in the insect world. Number 8. Bowerbirds. Bowerbirds are a group of birds found mainly in Australia and New Guinea, and they are best known for their extraordinary courtship behavior, building and decorating elaborate structures called bowers to attract females. Unlike nests, bowers are not used for raising chicks. Instead, they serve only one purpose: to impress potential mates. The male bowerbird collects sticks, twigs, and various colorful objects, such as berries, flowers, shells, feathers, and even human-made items like bottle caps and bits of plastic, to create a beautifully arranged display. Each species of bowerbird has its own preferred color scheme and style. For example, the satin bowerbird often decorates with blue items, while others may prefer yellow or white. The male carefully arranges the decorations around the bower, sometimes even painting the walls using chewed-up berries or charcoal applied with a leaf or stick. Once the bower is ready, the male performs a complex dance and vocal performance to attract a female. If the female is impressed by both the structure and the performance, she may choose to mate with the male. Number 7. Honeybees. Honeybees have one of the most dramatic and fatal mating rituals in the insect world, especially for males, known as drones. In a typical honeybee colony, drones do not gather nectar or protect the hive. Their sole purpose is to mate with a virgin queen during her nuptial flight, a one-time event where the queen leaves the hive and mates mid-air with several drones. The mating takes place in flight, and it is both brief and fatal for the drone. When a drone successfully mates with the queen, his endophallus, reproductive organ, breaks off and remains inside the queen. This act instantly kills the drone, and his body falls to the ground. The queen may mate with 10 to 20 drones during this flight, storing all the sperm she needs for the rest of her life, which can be several years. After mating, she returns to the hive and never mates again, using the stored sperm to lay thousands of fertilized eggs over her lifetime. Number 6. Giraffes. Giraffes are known for their long necks. But did you know that these towering creatures use their necks in one of the most unique and dramatic mating rituals in the animal kingdom? When it comes to courtship, male giraffes engage in a behavior known as necking, which is both a display of strength and a way to establish dominance. During the mating season, male giraffes will approach a female and begin a necking contest with each other. These necking battles are initiated when two males swing their long necks and strike each other with their heads in a kind of boxing match. The males will take turns swinging their necks like a hammer, aiming at each other's sides or bodies. The intensity of these battles can be quite fierce, and it's not unusual for males to fight until one gives up. The goal of these necking contests is to determine which male is stronger and more dominant, as this will signal to the female that the victorious male is likely to be a good mate. The winner of the necking contest is often allowed to mate with the female, as she will recognize him as the dominant individual. Interestingly, necking doesn't always happen in the presence of a female. Sometimes, males will engage in necking battles simply to establish dominance over each other, even if no female is nearby. These battles help maintain the social order within a giraffe group. Once a male has successfully demonstrated his strength and dominance, he will attempt to court the female. He does this by gently nuzzling her or licking her face and neck as a sign of affection. If the female is interested, she may allow the male to approach her and mate. However, if she's not ready to mate, she will often show disinterest, which may cause the male to move on to another female. Number 5. Garden snails. Garden snails, Cornu aspersum, have a fascinating and unusual mating process that involves something called a love dart. But don't be fooled by the romantic name. This is a biological weapon used during mating. One of the most interesting facts is that garden snails are hermaphrodites, meaning each snail has both male and female reproductive organs. When two snails mate, they typically exchange sperm with each other, so both can later lay eggs. Before actual mating, there's a long courtship that can last for hours. During this time, one or both snails may shoot a calcium-rich, sharp dart into the body of their partner. This dart doesn't deliver sperm. Instead, it injects a mucus that increases the chances of the shooter's sperm surviving inside the partner's body. It's like a chemical trick to ensure reproductive success. Once the dart is fired, actual mating begins. Snails press their bodies together and exchange sperm through a special opening. Afterward, each snail may lay dozens to hundreds of eggs, burying them in soil. Number 4. Red garter snakes. Red garter snakes, Thamnophis sirtalis pariettalis, display one of the most unusual and chaotic mating strategies in the animal kingdom. Their mating rituals are not just about courtship, they are about competition, confusion, and even trickery. Every spring, as temperatures rise, thousands of red garter snakes emerge from their communal hibernation dens, especially in parts of Canada, like Manitoba. As soon as a single female appears, she is quickly surrounded by dozens or even hundreds of males, forming what's called a mating ball. In this ball, up to 100 males may twist and coil around one female, each trying to position themselves for a chance to mate. It's a race where speed, timing, and strategy all matter. The male who succeeds fertilizes the female internally, and she stores the sperm to fertilize her eggs later. Even more fascinating is that some males can pretend to be females. These she-males release female pheromones to attract other males. But why? This confusion creates warmth as males cluster around the faker, and in cold spring weather, this helps the trickster male warm up faster and become more active sooner than competitors. Number 3. Pufferfish. Among the most extraordinary mating displays in the ocean, the male Japanese pufferfish, Torquiginer albomaculosus, stands out, not for his looks, but for his incredible architectural skills. To attract a female, the male pufferfish spends days, sometimes up to a week, building a huge circular pattern in the sand on the ocean floor. These circles, often over 2 meters wide, are carefully carved with symmetrical ridges, grooves, and a central nest area. The entire structure resembles a kind of underwater crop circle with intricate geometry. What's more impressive is that the male does this using only his fins, battling against ocean currents and shifting sands. The purpose? To impress a potential mate. The more complex and neatly patterned the circle, the more likely it is to catch a female's attention. If a female is impressed, she enters the center of the circle to lay her eggs. The male then fertilizes the eggs and guards them until they hatch. Once the mating is done, the tide often washes the delicate structure away, and the male begins again. Number 2. Greater sage grouse. The greater sage grouse, Centrocercus europhasianus, is a bird renowned for its elaborate and dramatic courtship display, which is both fascinating and highly competitive. Every spring, male sage grouse gather at lek sites, which are specific areas in open grasslands or sagebrush where multiple males congregate to perform their rituals. This is the stage for one of the most striking courtship displays in the bird world. During the mating season, the male sage grouse inflates its chest, revealing bright yellow air sacs on either side of its neck. With these sacs puffed out, the male then performs a series of intricate dances and booming calls, creating a display that looks both comical and impressive. The male's tail feathers are fanned out like a large fan, and he stomps his feet rhythmically as he moves around, trying to catch the attention of females. The sound produced during these dances is like a deep, resonating boom-boom, amplified by the inflated sacs. The overall performance is designed to show off strength, stamina, and vitality, traits that are important for successful mating. Females, who typically observe the action from a distance, judge the males based on their vocalizations, dancing skills, and the size of their air sacs. The males who are the most dominant and have the most impressive displays are the ones who get the opportunity to mate. Interestingly, not all males are successful. Only a select few get the chance to mate with the females, and they rely on these high-energy performances to win their favor. This display, however, comes with a risk. The highly competitive environment means that males have to exert themselves to the point of exhaustion, and some even collapse after their efforts. Number 1. Anglerfish. The anglerfish is famous for its deep-sea lifestyle, glowing lure, and incredibly strange and sometimes disturbing mating behavior. Found in the depths of the ocean, these fish have one of the most unusual and extreme mating strategies in the animal kingdom. In many species of anglerfish, the male and female never meet in the traditional sense. Instead, the male adopts a parasitic strategy for reproduction. Here's how it works. When the male anglerfish finds a female, he doesn't just approach her to court her. Instead, he bites onto her body and becomes permanently attached. Over time, his body fuses with hers, and he effectively becomes a parasite. The male's body shrinks and his organs deteriorate, while he becomes entirely dependent on the female for nourishment. He doesn't need to eat anymore because he absorbs nutrients directly from the female's bloodstream. In exchange for this unusual partnership, the male anglerfish's reproductive organs fuse with the female's, allowing him to fertilize her eggs whenever she is ready to reproduce. So, while the male might not contribute much in terms of survival, he ensures that his genes will be passed on. Whenever the female is ready to spawn, he is there, ready to fertilize her eggs. This bizarre form of sexual parasitism is especially common in deep-sea species like the Atlantic anglerfish. The male's small small size and evolutionary adaptations make him a highly specialized mate for the female. Without this strategy, the vast, dark ocean depths would make it incredibly hard for the male to find a female in the first place. If you found these unusual courtship behaviors as fascinating did, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends so you never miss out on more amazing content. We've got plenty of exciting videos coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.